Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm Cheryl Abram, and this is my cyber training with Epiphany channel. It's nice to see you all again. And I just want to say thank you for those of you who've been commenting on some of my videos. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the whole video and ask some questions and provide comments. Okay, thanks a lot. That's what this channel is for, so that we can interact and help each other with our cyber careers. Okay, so today I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about studying your acronyms. There are 7.9 billion acronyms in IT and cybersecurity. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but they're a lot. Okay, and I found that studying, if I had known if I had known the acronyms in some of my questions, I could have gotten the question correct. I know that there were some that I either got wrong or wasn't sure of because I did not know what the acronym meant. Okay, so I'm going to talk about ways that you can study your acronyms and get them right. So we've actually been using this in the courses that we've been teaching on the weekends, my partner and I. So I just wanted to share some of those strategies with you all if you're struggling with the acronyms. And I also want to talk about other non-IT certifications that you should probably consider getting if you don't already have them. That'll really help to enhance your career, cyber or otherwise. Even if it's not cyber, these things are they're just good things to know and to have. Okay. All right, so I have a presentation to show you. Let's see here. So that means I'm going to have to share my screen. Okay. Wow. I'm getting a message that Chrome has a bug that can cause screen sharing to crash on Windows 10. I hope that doesn't happen. Okay. Well, let's just see. Let's see what happens. All right, let's start with the acronyms. Okay, let me see if I can get this thing to play. That animation is really pretty. There it is. Isn't that cute? This new PowerPoint is amazing. Like, they have some really, really nice stuff on here. Okay, like default things. Okay, so yeah, so if you don't have it, please get it. It's really good. So first of all, the acronyms. So acronyms, we know LOL, right? Laugh out loud. We're very familiar with, many of us, AWOL, which is absent without leave, and DMV. Now, depending on where you live in the United States, DMV can mean two things, okay? For almost everybody in the US, it's Department of Motor Vehicles. But here where I live, DMV also means DC, Maryland, and Virginia, okay? And there's a reason why I know that and somebody in Oregon might not know that, okay? So for all of these acronyms and the acronyms that we are very familiar with, we know them so well because of these three things. Proximity, we're around them all the time, right? The people we talk to say this a lot. I learned AWOL when I went to the military, and I heard that term like almost every day. I heard it a lot, okay? So proximity, again, education and learning. Some of these things we'll learn in school or just by doing research, okay? And consistent use. Not only do we hear them a lot, but we actually use them a lot. In the military, I used AWOL. Around here, I say DMV area. Okay, when I put area behind it, that means DC, Maryland, and Virginia, not Department of Motor Vehicles. All right, so, and I use these things all the time. On Facebook, on text, I'm LOLing all the time, okay? Even if we have the little emojis, I still type LOL, all right? So proximity, education, learning, and consistent use is how we know the acronyms that we know now without even thinking, okay? This is how we want to get to know our cybersecurity acronyms. without even thinking. The same way we know what LOL means. We don't have to go, think about it and all this stuff. We already know. So we want to learn our cyber acronyms and IT acronyms the same way. So this is a worded out word cloud that I did for Security Plus. So I went into the Security Plus document and I took all, I think it's like 300 or close to 300 acronyms that you have to learn for Security Plus. Now, if you've done other things, IT Fundamental Network Plus, you'll already know some of these, okay? But I put all of the acronyms into Worded Out, and which is a link that I have in the description. And if you've used a word cloud before, I set it up so that the word that appears most appears the biggest. So you'll see that for Security Plus, anytime you see a P in an acronym, there is a high likelihood that the P means protocol, all right? And the same for these other larger words. An S that you see might mean system or service, and A many times means access, okay? So a word cloud is just a good way to get an idea of where you're going to be going when you hear these acronyms, when you see these various acronyms. And do this for IT Fundamentals, Network Plus, CASHAPP, whatever you're doing, okay? Go ahead and do a word cloud to get into your head, okay, which of the words in the acronyms appears the most, so you'll have a good likelihood, even if you don't know what the acronym is, to kind of get it right, because you'll know what some of the words are, at least, okay, possibly. All right, which is better than not knowing it at all, which is, I was in a few of those cases myself when I was studying and taking a test. So proximity, how do you get close to people using this language? Join cybersecurity social media groups. I am a part of several and I love them all, okay? And they ask questions, that involve the acronyms. They make statements, they, post news articles that have the acronyms in them. You want to be in close proximity to where these acronyms are being used, okay? Follow cybersecurity professionals. I follow several on Twitter, all right? And this is all they talk about. I mean, some might post some stuff about their dog and, for what they had for dinner or whatever, but for the most part, they're talking about cybersecurity stuff and they're using these acronyms, okay? Subscribe to cybersecurity magazines, and I have this link here that'll help you decide which kind of magazine you want. And again, this link is in the description. Read the stuff, okay? Like, read on it. Put yourself in the space where these acronyms are being used. Okay, now this is in addition to education. Of course, you have the Security Plus book, you have the CISA, you have the Network Plus, and you're going to study. You're going to look at them, you're going to study, you're going to do the, what do you call those? The flip cards, or, whatever that thing is called, where you have the acronym on one side and what it means on the other. You do all that, okay? But as part of your education, I recommend that you not just learn the acronym. Okay, do some research into what that thing actually is, what it used to be, okay, and what it does. All right, that'll be really helpful, especially if you're intending on going for more than one CompTIA certification. And consistent use. So watch hacker and cybersecurity movies. So one of the acronyms that we use a lot is FBI, right? And I was telling my boyfriend the other day, I knew what FBI meant before I learned in school who the FBI was, okay? Because I watch TV. We watch those cop shows and all that stuff. I've been knew what the FBI was, even before I went to school, okay? So watch movies that talk about this kind of stuff. Movies, documentaries. There are so many things out there, where people are actually using these acronyms, okay? And it's interesting. Ask questions and make comments in groups. Don't just sit there on the sidelines looking at what everybody else said, all right? Actually get in there and get your feet wet, okay? Ask somebody a question. Give a comment about something if someone is commenting, and use the language that you're studying right now, okay? Write and draw your acronyms. So we want to bring as many of our senses as possible to the study process, okay? Don't just sit there, read the book, and try to memorize stuff. Use your hands, Okay, use your feet. Use whatever you can use, whatever senses you can use to help you know, understand, and remember what these acronyms are. Something that's really useful is mind maps. If you mind map, so for our course that we just had, we mind mapped the application layer to SMTP, IMAP, and POP3, okay? And we saw the similarities, you know, in all of those, which one sends, which one receives and downloads, and, you know, what ports they're on, all of that in one mind map, okay? So you can see the larger picture of where these acronyms fit, you know, in that TCP/IP model, okay? And talk about acronyms and what they mean with somebody else. If you can explain to someone else what this is, then you pretty much have it, okay? You're getting to that LOL level, all right? Where you just know what it is. Okay, that's the acronym section. So let me know if you have any questions about that, and good luck with those acronyms. Now I want to talk about other certifications and learning. I have 4 to enhance, oh my goodness, to enhance my cyber career. So these are the things that I did in addition to Security Plus and CISA that are useful for my cyber career. The first is project management, okay? Now for project management, I have the PRINCE2. Now PRINCE is an acronym. Just finished talking about acronyms, right? It means projects in controlled environments, okay? Now I also looked at getting PMP. Most of the world knows what a PMP is. It's from PMI, the Project Management Institute. It's our project management certification that's very well known. I didn't like it. So I actually started studying for PMP, and I was like, this is not happening for me. Like it wasn't helpful, okay? PRINCE2, when I looked into that, PRINCE2 is an actual methodology. It gives you actual steps within the phases of project management and things to actually do. It's very easy. And one thing I absolutely love, I'm using the word love here, about PRINCE2 is that it gives you a chance to tailor. They actually have a chapter called tailoring. You can tailor the model to your organization, which is so important, okay? Because let me tell you what I know. I know that these organizations are filled with people who have project management certifications. But if my life depended on them running a project with PMP, I would die because they don't know what the hell to do with it, okay? PMP is a lot of stuff. It's a lot of good stuff, but what it doesn't tell you is how do I use this in my culture, okay? Every organization is not a projectized organization, okay? Many functional organizations expect a PMP to come in there and run projects like they would in a projectized organization, and then their feelings get hurt when they find that can't happen, okay? It's almost like, so my boyfriend is actually going through this right now. It's almost like how if you get a diversity and inclusion person into an organization and then people are like, oh, that's it, I ain't got nothing else to do. The diversity and inclusion person is here, I'm good. No, you're not. Everybody still has a role in ensuring that diversity and inclusion happens in every aspect of the organization. It's not up to one person. It's the same with project management. You can't have a PMP come into an organization and be like, I'm done. No, you're not. Everybody has a role in being sure the projects are run the way they're supposed to run, whether it's a projectized organization or functional, okay? You just have to be able to tailor it to that organization so that it works. So I love PRINCE2. I think everybody should get it. You know, I much prefer it over PMP, and I wish that organizations knew about it, you know, and gave it more attention than they currently do. Because let me tell you, this next slide, I'm gonna let you, if I can get back to my screen here. The PRINCE2, so if you look at the CompTIA IT certification roadmap, and I have the link as well for you. If you look at this roadmap, look in the expert column to the far right, you'll see Prince 2 practitioner, which is what I have. That's expert in IT management and strategy. Now, where is PMP on this IT certification roadmap? It's right below Prince 2 practitioner. It's in advanced on the IT management and strategy roadmap, okay? So not only is Prince 2 amazing, like it's a wonderful methodology, it's also more advanced than PMP, okay? So if you're on the fence, if you're thinking about it, I'm telling you to lean toward PMP. However, we know that organizations around here don't really know about Prince 2. So in their, you know, when they're looking for people, they actually put in a job announcement, must have a PMP or PMP preferred or whatever. I think they need to stop that and just put in their project management certification, okay? Because there are others out there that, you know, work better than PMP, all right, in my opinion. I'm just saying. So another cert I have is value management. Now, this is from, now PMP and value management, they're both from Axelos. Okay, these are Axelos certifications. I love learning about value management. One of the, and I'm not going to go all the way into it, but one of the tools that I learned about in my MOV course is function analysis. It's called a FAST diagram. I love this thing, okay, because it really lets you see that, and this is an example of what you can do with it. But the function analysis system techniques shows you very clearly that how and why are the exact same question, okay? If you ask how something is and you ask why it is, you're asking the same question. It's just that why is a more abstract how, okay? Now, how, the more you get down to the how this is done, that's where you get to the more concrete stuff, okay, that you can actually see and feel and all that, okay? So I love this certification, value management. It really helps you to see what in your process and whatever you're doing, okay? Because we know the organization, you have people, process, and technology. This helps, value management helps you see where in the process is there waste. Does something not need to be there? Like, can we revamp this some kind of way and make it more effective and efficient, possibly? Okay, and there's other stuff involved in here, but value management is a very good certification. Let's see. Now, other Axelos training that I took, I did not get certified, but I did take the training to get a certificate, was their program management, risk management, and ITIL. Okay, and ITIL, as you all probably know, is right now evolving from version 3 to version 4. All right, and all of those are, if you do go get the certification, all those are Axelos certifications, along with some of these other, well, all of these other ones that you see over here in the picture. Okay, now, these are the other useful certifications for me that I've gotten. And there are other ones that I haven't listed here, but these are more directly related to the work that I'm doing right now, right? So, of course, the MTA, Microsoft Technology Associate, in Security Fundamentals, all right? Also, Scrum, Scrum Master and Scrum Product Owner. I'm certified in both of those. Six Sigma, I actually learned in my master's degree as well, but I went ahead and got a yellow belt. Marketing stuff. Marketing stuff is always helpful. Marketing and negotiation, and that's helpful with the projects as well. If you can really learn how to do a lot of those things. Now, some of the folks that I went to for this training were PCCs, okay, Professional Consulting and Certification. No, I got that backwards. Professional Certification and Consulting Services. There you go. But it's still PCCS, whichever way you put it. And there's the website. I have the links for both of these. Management Plaza is really great as well. They have demos of their training on the website, so you can look at it and see if it's something you like and want to take. But these were two that I use, and they are great, and excellent. Okay, and all right, so that's it. I just wanted to share with you some strategies for you to learn those acronyms, and put yourself in a situation where you're just around it all the time, and it's almost like you're learning, you don't even know you're learning it. Okay, one day you just know what that means. All right, like AM and PM. Okay, you just know what it means. You may not know what the words actually mean, but you know what it is and how to use it. Okay, if you can at least get to that, then you'll be on the right track. All right, acronyms, and then other certifications that you either have already or that you may want to think about getting. Okay, so that you can, just do better, in the job, even if it's a very technical job. Listen, let me tell you, even if you have the most technical job there is, okay, you're still going to need soft skills. You really will. You're going to need those soft skills. If you're working with other people, unless you just technically working in somewhere where it's just you in the room, you and a computer or something, okay, you're going to need some soft skills. So look into doing that stuff. And all of these things are on my resume, okay, and I know that all of them, played a role in contributing to me getting into this career field. That's all I have for now. Thank you all for listening. If you have any comments, please comment below and let me know if you have questions or anything, okay? I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.